Alright guys, welcome back. Survival Living here, and today we've got a solar generator review, and not just any. This video is actually brought to you by Patriots, and what we have here, guys, is their new system. That's right. So this is the Patriot Power Generator 2000X with add-ons. That's right. We have the expanded pack here. This is an extended battery pack that mounts and sits on top, plugs right in, gives you additional battery power. And we also have a collapsible folding 100-watt solar panel. Now, we're going to do some testing here today, guys, but I just want to go over this right fast with you. With this is preparation for a grid down scenario, whether it be man-made or natural disasters. Down here in Florida where I'm at, we have hurricane season. Power goes out all the time. Everything from a severe thunderstorm to hurricanes. All right, having additional power, backup power supplies is actually very crucial. Many different aspects of why. One, let's say that you are on medication that has to be refrigerated. Yeah, insulin. You need to be able to power up a mini fridge or your actual refrigerator to keep that medication cool. So this right here would do it, and we'll also be doing some testing to show that. With this, guys, you can run all kind of equipment. This is a 2,000-watt system. With this additional battery pack, that is 1,300 watts of additional power to your original 2,000 watts of power. Now, with the solar panel, which can be daisy-chained together so you have more additional solar power going to your unit, you can also use this thing while it's charging up. That's right. You can have this thing charged up. You can hook it up to the solar panel, put that out in the sun, and you still have power coming into your unit while you are using it. Yeah, not many panels, not many systems allow that to happen. So it's got a passive charge. It will actually allow you to operate this thing in your home while you're charging everything up. So right fast, let's go ahead and go over some of the things. They sent me an extended extension cord. This is actually for the solar panel. All right, so you can actually run your panel outside your home, keep your generator inside your home, and plug it up. All right, so that's a nice little add-on there, so you don't have to have your generator outside. And this here is the power cord connector for the expansion pack to the 2000X. All right, so it actually just plugs in right into the side and plugs into the front right here. I got a flap here. There it is, right there up front. Now, of course, you can disassemble this. It's got handhelds and everything else on here. It's got twist knobs. Just twist it right off. You got your inverter pack right up here, because this can actually be used by itself as well. That's right. If you want to be using 2,000 watts in one room and you want the expansion pack in the other, yeah, you can do it, because this piece right here has this inverter system built into it. As a matter of fact, it's even got two AC plugs on top of it. This is the battery right here. It comes with its own handles and everything else, so you can actually carry it. So to use this separately, you just lock it in place, turn your power on, and now you have access to these units right here if you want to charge it up in a separate room, or you don't have extension cords and you want to run it on one thing and run this on the other. Personally, we add it on top, so we have right at 3,000 watts of power, and we just run our cords and appliances directly to this one here, because the larger system, 4 outlets for AC. With this on top, you're adding an additional 2. You got 6 outlets for AC. You have USB ports also as well. You have DC ports, Anderson connector if you're using DC equipment. Over here, you have the main plug to charge this up. You just plug it right into the wall. Yeah, there's no black boxes or anything like that has to convert the power to this when you use an AC. You just plug it directly into the wall, works great. Or you have an Anderson plug connector right there, which is right here, guys, and this is what you use for the solar panel. All right, so right here, you just hold down the button, turns the power on. Same thing with the AC, hold down the button, lights up, make sure we all lit up, and here's our 12-volt DC if we're running DC equipment as well. Very simple, easy to use, and this thing is rugged. It's got a nice rubberized top on the very top of the unit itself, so non-slid, non-skid, anything like that. You just put it on there, it's not going anywhere. Nice handles. It does have 2 sets of coolant fans, one on each side. So this thing allows enough airflow to cool down the system. But what we really need to do, guys, is get out there and do some testing now, don't we? So when it comes to these solar generators, guys, having the availability to actually power this thing up and recharge it with a solar panel is just freaking amazing. All right, so what we have here is the collapsible 100-watt solar panel from Patriots. And we have their extension cable, which is right here. Yeah, Anderson adapter that's going to plug in and actually recharge this. What's also very unique with this system, you can actually be charging up your solar panel while the solar generator is in use. That's right. So during the daytime, you hook up your panels, you can actually daisy chain this thing out and have multiple solar panels connected, so you got more power coming in to your solar generator, and that way you can charge it up during the daytime, so when you're using it at night, you got plenty of power left in this thing. And again, you can actually operate equipment while it's charging. So Anderson connector, we're going to hook this up right here on this side. You got red and black, match them up, stick them in, and we got our lightning bolt. Right now we're at 88%. With today's sun, the sun's actually over there, we've got 42 watts currently coming in. Now, when it comes to disasters and SHTF, guys, and the zombie apocalypse is upon us, the question is, can I make coffee? I mean, come on now, you're going to be thirsty handing out all those told you so. So, what we have here, guys, we're going to turn this on, and we are going to get our coffee pot started. Got it right here. Here's our cable. It is a very short cable, by the way. Plug it in. Turn on our AC power unit right here. And we're going to turn our coffee pot on. And it says here, time for empty, 1 hour, 34 minutes. We are currently using 947.49 watts of power currently to run this coffee pot. It takes roughly 13 minutes to brew a full pot of coffee with this coffee pot. So don't let the 1 hour and 35 minute worry you none. That's if I ran this thing non-stop for an hour and 35 minutes is how much power we'll have with that. But with these solar generators, you're only using items when you need it for 15 minutes. Once this is done, we'll see what our power supply is. All right, so our coffee is fully made. As you can hear, our coolant fans on the solar generator's been kicking on. It's cooling the system down because it's a heavy workload on it. So right now, our power supply is resetting, letting us know we are at 87% on the battery charge. On this charge for the solar generator, we still have 80% life left on it. But let's see if coffee tastes different when using a solar generator. It's definitely hot. Yeah, I will say coffee tastes different because when the power's down and you want coffee, it tastes great. All right, so we have our mini fridge. This is actually what we use in our house that we built, okay? Mini fridges work great. They're low power on solar grids, solar generators, all these things. And they work also with your larger refrigerators. So what I have for testing purposes is our mini fridge. That's what we use. Is low wattage, doesn't use much. But having mini fridge and refrigerators that are operational during a grid down scenario is more than just food, okay? Medicine, a lot of people are on insulin. Insulin has to stay at certain temperatures to stay viable. So having a way of cooling off medication is very important. So as you can see, there's no power, all right, because I got the power plug right here. But we're going to fix that right now. We're going to plug it in. We are going to turn on our AC switch. And our light is now coming on. Yep, turn on down there. Currently, we are using 12 watts of power. All right. So with the refrigerator, let's see what we got here. It says that I can run this mini fridge currently at 87% of what the battery bank is for 99 hours and 59 minutes. Now, if I was to hook up our solar panel and run that panel out, this is going to last indefinitely. The reason being is because this thing does not use as much power as the solar panel brings in, and we will have constant cool food or medication if necessary with this mini fridge. But let's say we need to go ahead and try hitting something a little bit harder. All right, so this did come with the expansion battery pack with this. I'm going to hook this up because what about a heater, especially a electric heater? Let's go check it out. Now what we have here, guys, is a little space heater. With my experience with solar generators, electric heat will drain a battery bank quick. They use a lot of power, but in an emergency situation, having heat is crucial. All right, so what we're going to do, guys, we're going to hook this up and we're going to, do some testing here for you, show you. So we have the 2000X, and it's a 2000 watt system. We're going to go ahead and plug this in. We're going to run through and see what we have. Now we do have the expansion pack right here, and with the additional battery pack, that's an additional 1300 watts of power for your unit. We've got the extension cable right here. This actually connects to right here on the top side, snaps in place just like that right there, and on the side we plug in here. But before we do that, I want to see what this unit over here is going to be using. So let's go ahead and turn it on. Oh, might need to turn on the AC unit first. All right, let's put it on heat, crank up the heater, and I am currently watching everything. It says that we are currently using 660, 650 on watts. Our current readout on a 95% battery bank is 2 hours and 15 minutes. We can run this heater. Well, that's not bad. Now, that's 2 hours of heat in an emergency situation. Okay, now we could, it's on max right now, so we can turn it down to where it's not going to be drawing as much power, but I wanted to test full power. Now, 2 hours remaining on our battery bank. We're pulling 650 watts currently out of this. All right, so what I'm going to do, I'm going to turn this off, leaving it plugged in, but we're going to go ahead and hook up the expansion pack. Like I said, it's right here on the back side, on the side. Lock it in place. My lights have turned on. There we go. And it shows on our display that our expansion pack is hooked up. Now, let's turn on our power supply. Turn our heat back on. We have it on full. And it's currently giving us a 3 hour and 53 minute power supply with the additional expansion pack. Now we have went up to 4 hours and 3 minutes. We're going to let this thing settle. It's going to get its system right. It's currently using 650 watts. We have 4 hours and 3 minutes. Now before we had 2 hours and 15 minutes? We now have 4 hours of heat. 650 watts of heat coming out of this. And these things do use a lot of heat because we actually use them here at the house all the time. They work great. So yeah, and that's at a 97%. We probably got a little bit more time out of it if it's at 100. So not bad. So we know we can produce 4 hours of heat using this system here. And there's other types of heaters out there. But what about cooling? Because power grid failure is not just during the winter time. Okay? Down here in Florida, our biggest threat is the summer. And that's usually when our power goes out during hurricane season, thunderstorms. We get some bad thunderstorms down here and power grids go out. But the sun keeps on coming up. So what about box fans? What about an air conditioning unit? Well, let's go ahead and take it over and do some testing with our air conditioning unit. Okay, so what we have here, this is the cord going to our AC unit. We're here in the bedroom. Let me pan you up. That is the AC unit there. All right, pin you back down. We have the expansion pack hooked up. I'm going to go ahead and plug in, and there is 4 different plugs you can use. I'm going to go ahead and turn the power on, turn on the AC, and let's go ahead and turn on high cool. So now we have our air conditioning unit running. I'm currently watching our readout because we do have the expansion pack on. Window units, they use a lot of power, but they are so great to have. With this, I can actually read exactly how much power we're using and how much time we have left. So currently, this is on high. We're using 269 watts of power. It says that we have 9 hours and 45 minutes of runtime. Now I'm going to let this run for a minute because I do know it does have a compressor built on that does kick on, and I want to catch the full hard length of how much power this thing uses and how long an air conditioner will last during a emergency situation, because extreme heat kills. So we are currently still running. We got 8 hours and 36 minutes. We've had it on for a little bit. Watts out is 308 watts. We are still sitting at 96%. Again, we do have the expansion pack hooked up. It's given us close to 3,000 watts of stored power for this unit with the additional pack. So yes, the 2000X is actually a very hefty, very rugged system. Right, weighs about 55 pounds, and most of that's battery power. All right, that's your battery bank size, guys. That is freaking amazing. 8 hours and 36 minutes remaining. Now we're at 8 hours and 26 minutes. Make sure my digital display's there. We're using 310 watts of power currently. Now with this, during the daytime, we could actually hook up our solar panel to this and actually have power coming in and resupplying this thing, so it's not just nothing but battery bank. This thing can run while it's still being charged up. So that is a huge plus on this. Now one of the things I want to show you guys is hooking up our solar into our 4 Patriots and also running equipment at the same time. While we're running equipment, we can also charge up. So again, we have 100 watts of solar panel outside. And we'll plug in right here using the Anderson connector. Shows that it is plugged in with our solar panel, and again, that's only 100 watts. You can daisy chain those out, have multiples, so you have power coming in. Currently with our sun outside, it's 85 watts coming in. We have our extension cord running outside to our solar panel. This way we can keep our solar generator indoors out of the weather, and also out of, you know, 5-finger discount people that want to take your stuff. Now what we have here is, this is the internet we use here, soft grid internet. All right, it doesn't use the normal internet like people use on the grid. That's why off grid. We're gonna plug it in, turn on our AC, wait for this to power up, and once it does this little system check and everything, we now have internet in our home while everyone else is off grid. There we are. So we are charging at 83 watts from outside. Our mobile internet is now powered up. Now one of the things I love testing against these solar generators is power tools. And what we have here is a circular saw. And yes, it does use a lot of power. So we want to test this thing out, make sure that the peak power and everything else will keep up with power tools, because during a grid down scenario, after a hurricane, natural disaster, let's face it guys, you got to fix some things and the power's not back up. So how are you going to do that? So now currently, say that we're using 1117 watts of power to run this saw. Our power bank dropped down to 1 hour and 47 minutes is what we had left on this battery bank. Now, That's continuous 1 hour of just non-stop use. You're just constantly running it. And no one uses a circular saw like that. You make your cut, go on to the next one, get your pieces all together. So this actually handles it very well. And we're currently at 91% left in the battery. It gives us 99 hours and 59 minutes sitting just the way it is. So as you guys can see, works amazingly well. Again, this is the Patriot Power Generator 2000X. It's 2,000 watts of power, plus the expansion pack, bringing it close to 3,000 watts of power for use during an emergency situation. Yeah, comes with a solar panel. All right, you can expand on the solar panels themselves so they actually charge much faster. If you guys are interested in the 4 Patriot products, definitely check out the links below. Again, yes, this is a sponsored video, but I get to test these things out. I worked with 4 Patriots for about 2 years now, and they've always had some great products that I get to test out, review, and stand behind. All right, guys, speak to y'all later.